1.5 feet here. Doesn't matter which one I call length, which one I call width. So that's okay. All right, so the area is, the area for a rectangle is base times height, or if you want to think about it as length times width. I always draw my L as a cursive L so it doesn't get confused with the 1. I just can't undo that habit, which was a good one to do. It saved me a lot of mistake in the past.
Well,
all right.
Grown-up mathematicians, now we have to say base times height.
I would say definitely, I wish we were never taught length times width. I'm going to call this the base and this the height. Remember, the height is always perpendicular, straight up. So I'm just changing the terms. All right, next thing, I have the formula. The next thing I'm going to do is substitute what I know. So the base is the bottom, the way I have it right now, 3¼ feet, and the height is 2½ feet. I'm keeping the units, and I'm happy that they gave it to me in the same units, so I don't have to worry about changing anything. So now it's just a matter of multiplying those 2 terms. I only have 2 terms, so that's all I can do. Lots of different ways I can do this. I can multiply the whole numbers and then add and multiply the fractions and add them together, or I can do 3 1/4, and I can change that. I can change that to an improper fraction. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. I can change that to 13/4, and then I take 2½ I have 2 wholes where there's two for each whole, so that makes 4, plus 1 more makes 5. 5 halves. And then I have to multiply those 2 terms. 13.
Underneath, come back underneath.
Am I coming over?
Yeah, just come back under where the area is. Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for helping me. 13/4 times 5 halves. And then I multiply the numerators. I multiply the denominators. 13 times 5. Oh, good, we did that already. Yeah. 65 divided by 8. 64. 8 times what makes 64? Somebody hit me.
I know.
Type it in if you know it, or unmute and tell me. 8 times what makes 64? I know 64 and 8. I know it's a number. Anybody?
8? 8 times 8?
8 times, is 8 times 8 64?
Yes.
8 holes, 8 holes, and then 64, and I had 65, so I just have 1 piece left over and 1/8 there. I could have done this. 65 divided by 8, put the 8 here, 64. This is what I was doing in my head. 1 remainder, remember the remainder goes back in the numerators, what I have left. We always keep the denominator, and that's the wholes. All right, and now I'm just trying to see if that makes sense before I move on. I have about 3 and I have about 2. 3 and a little bit more and 2 and a little bit more. 3 times 2 is about 6. So my number is a little bit bigger than 6, but I had a little bit more, but not too much bigger. I'm feeling okay.
I could have also done that with decimals if I liked decimals better.
Could have. You could have made the 1/4 if you'd known that 1/4 is a benchmark decimal to know it's, oh, not 2/4. 3 25/100 and 2 5/10, and I can just do this. I do enjoy decimals more. I'm just going to say that's my way to go. That's my preference. 5 times 5 is 25, carry my 2. 5 times 2 is 10, 12, carry my 1. 5 times 3 is 15, 16. I'm talking out loud because you stop me if I'm making a mistake. I'm not multiplying by 2, I'm multiplying by 20. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 again, 4, and 1 makes 5, and 6. Add them up. 5 and 2 and 11 and 8. This is a great review problem. And then I see that there are, in my problem, there is 1, 2, 3 decimal places. I move 1, 2, 3 decimal places. Oh, I like this so much. And 8 decimal 1, 2, 5. The reason I like it so much is that I know that that is 1/8. And so I'm feeling really good that now I've checked my work actually by doing it another way. Now I got a similar answer both ways, because if you take on the calculator and do 1 divided by 8, you will get decimal 125. So those are 4 of the problems that you have to do today. We did the odds. The other ones are evens. So if you were here, bonus, this part's done for you. And you know you have a good thing to reference for how to do it on your own, and ask us questions. Mrs. Nelson, will you be putting this in YouTube later too, just in case?
I kind of messed up, but it will be there. It won't be as clean, but some of it will be there.
Okay.
I forgot to go to speaker mode, so we'll do it this afternoon. I was able to take a screenshot of your board though, so that I have it for future
If you
reference.
have a camera, take a picture of my board. I'll talk for a minute. I'll try and make the board all go. If you have a camera on your phone, you want to take a picture, let me kind of zoom it out so the whole thing is on here. That's another strategy. We're going to use the tools we have. Okay, I made it worse. I was trying to make it better and I made it worse. So here we go. So you can take a picture with your camera of the whole screen. I'll keep talking so it'll all come up. You know that YouTube is there. We'll put it in there. If we don't put this one in, then we'll put the 131 in. I'll do the same thing. If you want to come back at 1:30, hear it again at 1:30, you're welcome to come back too. Important thing is in math, as in anything, when you get stuck, what do? What are your strategies? Reminding you that you have the geometry videos. They will still help you. The geometry videos in Google Classroom. Reminding you have the YouTube math playlists. And you often can Google things on YouTube too. And remembering that you're coming into the Zoom meetings, and you can always just ask us.
And the zillion.
And Learn Zillion and Khan Academy as well. So there are some places you can go. Don't get frustrated. Try a few things. Sometimes you just need to walk away for a minute, but then come back. And we're happy to do yesterday's math today, because guess what? It's not yesterday's math. It's the math you need to know right now.
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow.
Junior high. This is what you're working on.
Oh, this is definitely coming back.
Any questions, you guys?
What do you wonder?
What do you wonder?
It's harder in the classroom because I can't watch and see, where you're at and what you're doing. So.
What do you wonder? Where are you headed? What does it all mean? These are the answers and the lesson for Ready to Go On in chapter module 15.